Why worship God? Because once again, everybody has to worship someone or something. What does it mean to worship? To worship is not to get down on your knees and kiss someone's feet. To worship means to consider ultimately worthy. Now, some of us consider a career in Wall Street ultimately worthy, and that is what we're living for. Others of us consider stimulating our nerve endings as being ultimately worthy. That's what we live for. So we live for the next party. There was a guy out here who articulated that very well. He said, yeah, you remember him, right? He said, I live to get drunk, I live to have sex, I live to have pleasure. Okay. What he considers ultimately worthy is stimulating his nerve endings and getting a thrill. So he worships pleasure. It's called hedonism. It's something you live for. So we all worship. Now, what Jesus Christ says is, if you worship pleasure, if you worship your rational mind, if you worship a large stock portfolio and live to pile up money by climbing the corporate ladder, you will ultimately be an empty, frustrated person. But when you live to worship God, you will experience a depth of fulfillment, a joy, a satisfaction that comes because, like it or not, when God made you, He wired you in such a way that there is more to life than making money. There's more to life than having sex with as many good-looking people as you can. There's this incredible option that you as a human being have to know God and then to live a life of purpose which He created you for.
I agree with you on that everyone has something to worship. Everyone has.
In today's culture, everything about worship of God has been loaded with a lot of private and personal mysteries which are obviously antithetical to the view of the original disciples and followers of Jesus Christ, as in Matthew 10:12, which says, "Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I also confess before my Father who is in heaven," which suggests that a saving faith is when you openly declare that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God has raised Him from the dead, and you will be saved.
Because worship is a word today that has been loaded with a lot of personal mystery and intuition and imagined spiritual experience by which people mean whatever they mean. When we talk about worship, we're talking about something very specific, very objective, revelatory, unfolded for us on the pages of Scripture. It is not private. It is not personal in the sense that you define it yourself. It doesn't rise out of your intuition. It doesn't rise out of your experience. It doesn't rise out of your imagination. It isn't the invention from your own mind of what you want it to be. True worship is simply treating God in the way that God has commanded us to treat Him. That's what it is. We all understand that, and we all gather to do that. There are a number of key words. Perhaps one would be enough in the New Testament, proskuneo, to worship. It means to bow down, to prostrate oneself, to kiss the hand. It is honor paid to God. And that is why we come together, to give honor to God. You might hear someone say, well, I went to church today, but I didn't get anything out of it. Really? It wasn't for you. That wasn't the point. If you came to get something out of it, you missed the whole point. You should have shown up to give something to God. God is the focus of our worship. It is giving to God honor and reverence and homage and adoration and glory and obedience.
All right, that's it for today. Please subscribe and share this to any loved one you feels needs such a message, and let me know your thoughts on the big questions of life and its purpose, and what you think is at the center of worship for today's culture, and see you in the next